Hello, and welcome to our once weekly show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am the owner and operator of Astrological Tarot. I am both a Western and Vedic astrologer, as well as a tarot and oracle reader. And you can reach me at astrologicaltarot.com. I'm so glad that you're all here with us today. Welcome.
And I'm Tanys Coughlan. I am founder of the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. And I am a Reiki master, Celtic Shamanic high priestess, channel, and a galactic ambassador. I'm really excited to be here too.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tamare Whitewolf. I own Earth and Sky Connection, Ontario, Earth and Sky Connection, BC. And we are open, and I am loving it because I get to do psychic readings here and healing sessions and weddings and death doula work. And what else? Oh, gosh, all kinds of wonderful things. Please come out and see me if you're in the area. And welcome. I'm happy to be here.
She does all sorts of magical stuff.
You do. And I've been following your, the last time you were here, you were just getting ready to get open. That was the 29th was the last time you were here, and you opened on the 1st. And if you guys want to see her store, it is fabulous. She's always posting videos on TikTok of all of her crystals, and her candles are hilarious. I love the names of them. Yeah. It's just what we need during Kali Yuga. So, and it's really well laid out. Like even the wall paint's fabulous. I love the whole little store. It's just so warm and inviting, and it's got a little humor in it. So it really showcases your personality too, which I really like. Yeah. And you started this with your son, correct? This is Sky?
Yep. I mean, the store is since 1997, but myself and my son opened this one here. And the one in Ontario, we sold to my dear friend. But I'm still involved, and I get to go back there and do readings and healing works and weddings. And I make a lot of really cool stuff, too. So a lot of herbal things. And yeah, so thank you so much for having me back. I look forward to hanging out with you guys for the next hour or so.
We do. We are, Tamare. It's so great. So Rachel's saying hi in the comments. It's good to see you, Rachel. There are 6 more of you out there. Hi. Oh, hi, Jow. It's good to see you. Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing really well. Jow, I hope that you're figuring out your, new professional career, maybe in something spiritual. Rachel, it is good to see you again, honey. And so let's just go ahead and go into the astrology for the coming week. We are undergoing a full moon right now, so I'm going to address that. And I know Tanys and Tamare have some really good cards for us too. Hey, Amna, welcome. Okay, so we're going through a full moon in Sagittarius. Now, this is Vedic, so it's in 27 degrees and 11. Now, the difference between Vedic and Western astrology is it's a few degrees, because if you literally open up a stellium app on your phone, you can see, oh, the sun's in Gemini, not in Cancer, because it's based on the exact mathematical calculation to this date. That's why Vedic astrology's calculations are a little different than Western, which their calculations are about 2,000 years old and based on the seasons. Okay, so that out of the way. Our full moon is in Uttara Ashada Nakshatra, and Uttara Ashada spans Sagittarius and Capricorn. So we're going to get a little bit of both of those energies, and it means the latter unconquered. So this moon is encouraging you to conquer these lower vibratory essences within you and march forth in victory toward the higher realms. It's inviting you to develop a more spiritual way of living and of being. It's also asking you to take on a simpler lifestyle, as your higher self has chosen to store your soul's wealth in the spiritual realms if you have this particular nakshatra in your chart. But that's just kind of what this moon is kind of encouraging us to do, simplify a little bit. Now, Vishwa Deva is the gods of the world. This is the presiding deity, and Vishwa means the entire universe, and Deva means God. So this is basically all of the Vedic gods taken together as a whole represent this nakshatra. That's where there's so much victory behind it. And the collective gods can help you deal with the trials that come from personal sacrifice during an already difficult human experience. Working for and with the public without concern for your own material happiness is a difficult mentality to develop. But you are not alone in your journey, as the gods themselves are dedicated to seeing you through this birth and into victory. So that's the energy of this full moon. Simplify, give back to the collective. I know that Martin Luther King has his son in Uttara Ashada. So does my husband. He's the most giving person on the planet. So does Rosa Parks. So these are incredibly giving people that are willing to suffer for the collective. And that's what this moon is kind of asking us to do. Okay. Then tomorrow, I believe Venus is going into Puna Varsu. Now, this is Puna means again, and Vasu means brilliant like rays of light. So these are solar deities that appear at different stages of the soul's birth, and they guide us toward our true direction. So you might see a change in direction coming up, especially when it comes to the more material realms that Venus rules. Okay. Know that this is just, it's to support you. If there are any, interesting energies that kind of shift you in another direction. Okay. Like some very famous Venus and Puna Varsu natives are like Nikola Tesla. I mean, talk about someone who thought outside the box. Or Carl Jung, he's an analytical psychologist. And then on the 15th, Mars is going to enter Bharani. Now, Mars loves being in his home sign of Aries. He's just happy as a cat. Okay. Yet the Bharani energy, Venusian energy, changes this a little bit. This is because Mars is learning to control the Venusian desires of materialism and luxury rather than become enslaved by them. For instance, a person who has their Venus in Bharani and they admire the arts, they love jewelry, they like collecting luxury items. But someone with Mars in Bharani, they step out of that consumer mindset and they become creators. They begin making the jewelry. They begin creating all of these beautiful art forms and then sharing them with the collective. So it's like an extra little step. Okay. Let me see here. I think we're also, Sun and Mercury are going to enter Cancer on the 16th, 17th, depending on where you live. And this is Vedic. And this is Pushkara. It's a very healing energy because what this does is it allows Mercury to kind of deal with its issues in this nakshatra. Okay. So if you're having any communicative issues or anything like that, Mercury can become more settled here. Okay, it's going to spend a little less nervous energy intellectualizing everything. Okay, it learns to kind of settle on and analyzing a few subjects rather than several at once. So you might feel a little bit more of a pull toward focusing your intellectual identity during that time. Okay, and we've got a lot more coming for the rest of the week, but those are the main ones that are coming our way. And I know that Tanys and Tamare have some interesting cards for you. I hope that was helpful, guys.
Wow, yeah, you can't make this stuff up, eh, Michelle? My card it is a happy move. It says happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. The movement will usher in positive new energy. So very transition-y card. And that's, you're talking a lot about that transition in the astrology. And then the next one is about learning. So it's about, having patience with the process and making sure that you have all the information you need before you make decisions, right? Not like jumping in and being impulsive. You're going to be able to synthesize that knowledge into something greater in the end. It's also a time to do some healing work. So whether it is physical, emotional, spiritual, it is a healing time. Okay. And, those of you that are like, towards the healers, because I also got the light worker card that came out. Okay. So, it's calling on all of us healers to step up and help out with some of the healing that's happening or that needs to happen on this earth. Okay. So our Archangel Raphael is going to be there to help us. In terms of our personal, they're really recommending that we get exercise and yoga to help move those energies through. Okay. That's really going to help the well-being of your mind, a spiritual position, as well as your physical as well, right? And I am the angel of peace. I bring new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So, we are going through this kind of like kind of thing. It will get smoother as we go forward. We have certainly been through a very interesting time in the last few weeks. And so they're going to be bringing more tranquil roads ahead. And they're also reminding us that we deserve the best. So reach for the stars, right? Don't compromise your dreams and your desires. Those are important. And, with that, the stars also confirming the astrology forecast. So I really feel like there's going to be sort of an upgrade in the psychic developments areas right now. We're kind of having some upgrades coming down, and that's going to increase abilities. If you're on that sort of path to doing that, then you're going to find there will be a shift for you in the next, I think it'll be more like 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, but that is coming. And I had a new deck of cards, and I brought picked one out, and it says, tell someone how much they mean to you. So this is about self-care and what things you can do going forward. So tell someone how much they mean to you. Okay, hope that's helpful.
Hi, I want to make sure of something. Are we reading generally or for someone?
This is the general outlook for the week.
I wanted to make sure because I have an interesting read here. Excuse me. So first of all, we are in the raspberry moon. As far as the Ojibwe teachings, we are in the raspberry moon. Some people also look at it as the buck moon. And what this really is a time for us to heal trauma. So when we think of the raspberry, it's thorny and prickly. And so these are things that we have to look at right now. We have to look at the things that are thorny and prickly within us and the things that are thorny and prickly around us, things that we maybe have been holding on for too long and need to let go of. So July is promised a healing time. July is promised if we be patient and we allow ourselves to sort of work gently through the prickly things, carefully stepping through those pointy jags and pointy horns and, not pushing too hard and being respectful of others' boundaries. If we do this at this time in July, we'll find it to be very helpful and help us clear things that do not serve our highest good. And often in July, every year, you'll be able to let go of more and more and more as you shed the horns that you no longer need, as you shed the thorns in light of the berries. And I can promise you at that point, then we'll have Nokomis, Neshomas, grandmothers and grandfathers, or Gitchumanidu, Great Spirit, or Kimama, our mother, will come and work with you and be with you. So this is a good time to share your prayers, your thoughts, your feelings with the gods, the goddesses, the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the creator, and so on. But I have to say that you have to take the time to really communicate. I don't just mean, drive along and just think it. Say something out loud. Speak. Take a moment and speak to spirits. Speak to creator. Say it out loud. What do you want? And you can ask for whatever it is you need and whatever it is you want at this time. But remember this, if something's prickling at you, it's time to look at it and it's time to heal it and let it go.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful. And it really goes into the Pushkara energy that the sun and Mercury are going to go into, which is the ego in our communications. And I love your story about going into the blackberries. You did this on TikTok and you asked permission and you didn't get a single prick when you went in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then later someone came onto the property and they literally ran and you had to go find them. Yeah. I thought that was such a great story that you said about the raspberries. So
the thorn brings to mind, I did a channeling from Mother Mary a few months ago. And it was really comparing sort of our journey to roses with thorns. Hello.
It's Rose.
We have a mascot.
My husband is not home, so it's like there's 6 ducks banging on the window the moment Tamare started talking. It's like gung, 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 gung with their bills because they're hungry. And then Rosie was going crazy. I'm like, if I don't feed the ducks, they're not going to go away, and this little girl is just going to lose her mind. So I don't know, but this is a crazy moon that we're under, Tamare.
It's a crazy moon for sure.
Okay, well, hello. Okay,
we're talking about Capricorn moon, though, right?
Yeah, that's the Western. Yeah.
Well, and that can be very pushy.
Oh,
very pushy. And very unsettling and very harsh, especially for someone as sweet as you. So no wonder it's pushing you around.
I know that all the wild animals are going, I'm hungry. So, you already ate. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get to your guys' questions, okay? Thank you so much for being patient with us today. All right, so Zhao is our first question, and he asked, are there any messages for my guides? Okay, Rose, are you going to hold up the cards? Well, the first card I got for you, Zhao, from the Karma cards is Cancer. Okay, so this tells me that you might be thinking about a home, maybe moving, real estate, something new in your life, or you've just moved somewhere new, but there's a lot of thoughts about home. Cancer also represents the mother, but I'm getting that you're trying to find a place where you feel at home. Okay, if that makes sense to you. That's kind of the main energy I got from spirit. Because what you're looking to do is some pretty amazing stuff. Because you asked, what are my guides saying? And I'm like, well, my guide is one of them is Ganesha. Okay. And he says you're moving toward wholeness and insight. Okay. The first card I got was insight. Okay. So this is telling me that your inner compass knows the key to your true happiness. Okay. Spirit is focusing your attention on your third eye chakra, or your ajna. We talked a little bit about how you're developing spiritually, and that's what's going on here. Okay. So, you're in a phase where you can expand your consciousness, but you're going to need to find a place where you feel at home, where you feel secure, where you're kind of intuition is voice to your spirit, your soul. It can only be heard in a state of calm. So your home environment is very important to you. That way you can tune in and you have a much stronger, clearer connection to what your guides are trying to tell you. I think that's probably why you're asking me the question, because you might not have been in tune lately because you feel a little unrooted in this department. Okay. So know that your intuitive insights can help you enact changes that directly affect your life. I just made a big change in my last week based on an intuitive insight that I didn't catch until later. Okay. They're a big deal because they can help us navigate our personal process, whether it's relationships or home or work. Okay. The more you clear this third eye energy, practicing your intuition, the more clearly you're going to see everything in every way. Okay. So notice that there's a beautiful blue hue to this particular nakshatra. This chakra. And it's in balance if you're self-realized. Okay. And most of us aren't. That's why we're here trying to figure this place out. If you were self-realized, you would be a small me being doing different things. Okay. But you can still work on this area in this lifetime. So it can help you kind of see things from a more different perspective, because that's what your guides are trying to kind of push you through. They're trying to build your charisma, your empathy. They're telling me that you're already highly intuitive. You just have to step into stillness to allow for that to happen. And that's finding a really good, calm home environment. But they're telling me you're really intelligent. You have a great imagination and your perceptions are accurate. There's just an environmental thing that you're working on. Okay. And Tanys is nodding. Thank you, Tanys. Mm-hmm. Because the next card I got was wholeness. You're acknowledging the oneness of all life. Okay. You're recognizing that you're becoming part of something larger than just yourself. You have a connection here with not only this life and this physical body, but with the divine, the universe. Spirit is guiding you to recognize the sacred truth that you are a divine being and you're here to give and receive love. And it's time to recognize this role in your life. So you are complete and whole as you are. You lack absolutely nothing. The simplest way to win hearts is just through your actions, is what they're telling me. So notice that this is green because it represents the fourth chakra. This is the heart chakra, the anahata. The heart chakra is the center where we experience love. And when your heart chakra is open, you can create a safe and supportive and loving environment. And when it's clear and in balance, you will find compassion for all life. You can be more empathetic. You'll be able to see the divine in other people. You'll find that you're happy and fulfilled because you are fulfilling your divine purpose in service to humanity. So they're telling me that your sense of self is not limited to the ego. Your consciousness will expand, and you'll realize that to love others is to love yourself, because we're all one. Okay, so you're really stepping into some intense, loving, insightful energy. And, what's really great is this card does symbolize peace. So even if you're kind of like having trouble feeling at home, you will be able to find a sense of renewal and healing and balance once you kind of tap into this energy and just literally follow your life with your heart. That's what they're telling me. Okay. That's a lot. So I know Tanys and Tamare have more. I hope that was helpful, Joe.
Yeah. Again, you can't make this stuff up, right? I got the light worker card for him again. Yeah, there's something going on for sure for you. The timeout came up. So you've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs. Now it's time to stop and take care of your own. Okay. And so you're in a situation right now, and I'm not sure if it's romantic or whether it's family, but I do feel like Michelle, that it's sort of like your environment that you're in, and there's some sort of a discord, and it's reminding you to help heal the situation. There we go. See the other person's point of view with compassion. Okay. And I think that really that's not a hard thing for you. I think that the feeling I get from you is like you're full of that love and compassion. You are a light worker. And it is about your third eye, right? The next one is I'm leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I'm communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. So I do feel that you're dreaming more lately, and that, keep a dream journal. Okay. Because I think there's some stuff in there that's going to come up for you, and you're going to be like, oh, okay, cool. And you're going to start to be dwelling in your truth. So this card here, it's like your truth is like who you really are, right? We put on these, not a mask exactly, but we put on a persona when we are programmed. And that persona is all of the programming that we've received, and we become the person that everybody else wants us to be. So dwelling in your truth in this way is clearing those clouds away. So if you look at this picture, it's about clearing the clouds so that you can see the real you, right? Because we all have that divine light inside, and yours is pretty awesome. So you just need to stand firm and be yourself. Okay, because that's going to lead you to that victory, right? That king of the castle kind of feel to it, right? But lots of light behind you. So know that you're really super supported, okay? And you will be opening to love. So the more you can go with the flow, the more passion and love you're going to find, because I got new romance coming up. New romance or reignited romance is in the cards for you. And if not, it's coming, because the other card I got was passion. So there's so much passion coming your way, right? So whether it's passion for self, because if you're not looking for romance, like it could be self-love, right? These guys, it's about igniting that love and the passion. So whether if it's for self, it's about passion in what you're doing, and where you're headed. And I got the light worker card again. So, I think we got that last time for you, or something very similar. So like Michelle was saying, very much about stepping into your intuition and allowing those things to come in. And when she was talking about, Michelle mentioned something about meditation, just as I was picking this card. Meditate for 5 minutes. When your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. All right. So these are the self-care ones, and 2 of them came out. And if you find yourself rushing, make an effort to slow down. Okay. Slow down and smell the roses, because there's lots coming, and it's a time to get your ducks in a row. Shall we say? So I hope that's helpful. Thank you.
Hey there. I have some interesting cards. First, I want to point out something about the Ganesh. When Ganesh visits me, I always wonder who's gossiping about me. I always wonder, why is Ganesh showing themselves and showing that I need Ganesh? Ganesh is very helpful for stopping gossip, for stopping arguments, for stopping any kind of complications like that. So I'm thinking, because you got 2 Ganesh cards when Michelle was reading for you, both green and blue.
And that one, which is the, healing a situation, argument stuff. So
there you go.
Yep.
And I also got a Queen of Cups in reverse, a Magician in reverse, and an 8 of Wands in reverse. Tells me that an argument or dispute or disagreement, something has happened already. It's already happened. And your instincts, and I think the reason why the light worker card keeps coming up isn't so much that you should be a spiritual teacher or guide, but more that you should use your spiritual teachings or spiritual understanding, or what your guides have already shown you in life, what it is to be a good person, a kind person, to come from a spiritual place, to act in a spiritual way. I think that's really what's being told to you. And that's because you're being pushed emotionally by a relationship that isn't absolutely 100% going in your favor. That doesn't mean that it can't stir up and come together for you. However, argument, dispute, gossip, lack of commitment, and trickery. Trickery is involved too. Now, I don't mean to get all conspiracy-like, but I see it. So I want to ask you, aren't you the gentleman who was here last time I was here? Have we not already read for you? Because you remind me of someone we've read for. I get a very, very familiar vibration from you. Have we read for you before, Joette?
We did a professional reading for him on the 29th.
Because I recognize the vibration here. So I guess the thing that I want to ask you is, are you listening to us? I want to ask you, are you listening? Are you hoping that we say what you want to hear? So I guess I'm calling you out. If you want things to go the way you want things to go, you've got to listen a little bit and be your own best friend. Okay, you got to step up. You got to speak out. It's really important for you to be honest. It's important for you to be kind, but do not be kind over truth. Be honest. Most important. You can always say, I don't like something in a kind way. Always. And you can always say you don't align with something if you do not. So I'm going to say this last thing. The Queen of Cups, who is in reverse, if she's having a hard time committing or having a hard time aligning, then cut her loose for now. Maybe somewhere down the road she can return and you can review it again. But for the moment, I'd protect my own energy right now. And I would focus on what I can do for me and for the bigger picture right now. And you've got some great cards. And all I can say is put more effort into you and your needs, and everything you need will come to pass. It will come up. It will come back, and you'll get what you need. So don't push the river. Go with it.
I love that analogy. Don't push the river, go with it. That's fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember, I think you were going through your Saturn return, and I said I felt like you were pounding up against a brick wall. This was the last time you came. It was like 2 weeks ago. And I still have that image. So go with the river. Like, just go where the flow is. Don't try to make things happen in the way that you want to make them happen. Okay, Jal? Because that spirit doesn't work that way. Spirit wants you to go with the flow. It's hard as that is.
There's a lot of that right now. I find that a lot of people are having that kind of resistance to what's happening. And it's on a like the global scale as well as like the personal scale. Everybody's having that kind of like resistance, like, because there's a lot of transition and nobody likes change, right?
There's also an awful lot of competition.
Yeah.
And people are afraid to be natural, to be real. And then there's the other people who just won't bend. And you know, my teaching is if you don't bend like the willow, you crack like an oak.
Yep.
Mm.
So
yeah,
you're going to try to be too hard, or you're going to be flexible. I think flexible.
I'm glad my logo is a willow.
Right? I never realized that, Tanys.
Yeah, I have a willow tree.
Yeah, really
it's
important
very
to be
strong
like
and
the willow.
flexible.
I think it was Bruce Lee said something like about the willow and the oak and flow like water, and that was very Bruce Lee. Anyways, okay. All right, Jill, we hope that was helpful. And guys, if you want to get to the front of the line, please tip. Okay. Otherwise, we're going in order. So if you came a little later, Rishav, yes, we are listening to you. Just know that we're going in order. Unless you tip, we get to you at the first of the line. And Facebook user says, I have been seeing willow trees everywhere lately. Oh, that's wonderful. And Jal says, thank you. You are very welcome, Jal.
Very welcome. Yeah.
Okay. So our next question, and if you hear panting, that's just Rosie. He's like,
good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. That's not, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so now we're going to go to our next question, and it's Jennifer Kennedy. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Nice new photo. You look gorgeous. Hi, I'd love a reading if you have time. Well, of course we have time for you. So I did go to my Whispers of Ganesha Oracle, and I went to a couple of them, and they were like, nope, but this one liked you. Okay. I got inner knowing. Okay. You have a place inside of you that holds the most significant answers to your questions. Okay. Within you lies your intuitive knowing. Motivation and ideas are present, yet there is it's untapped in this space within you. That's why you're coming to us. Okay. So the spark of the divine is waiting very patiently for you to tune in and receive guidance. So you're coming to us because we're doing the meditation. We're doing a lot of the things that keep us still so that we can be still enough to listen. And that is what your guides are telling you to do. You're going through a time of soul searching. You're in a phase of introspection where you are drawing your attention and focus inward and looking for guidance within. That's what they want you to do. Okay. So you have a strong need to understand not just everything on a surface level, but know that things are, they're going to unfold in a way that's going to cause you to develop and harness your divine intuition. Okay. So you do have access to this inner knowing, and this is the perfect time to step back from your day-to-day life and deeply contemplate your motivations, your personal principles, your values, seeking truth, working with spirit, doing that through meditation, self-assessment. And this is basically spirit giving you an opportunity to reevaluate the direction that you're moving in, because you have some personal goals awaiting you. They're a little different. Okay. So alone time. You see how he's literally meditating in a lotus garden. Okay, his crown chakra is activated. He is in stillness. That's what you need to do. And it looks like Tamare's got something too. Let me see here. There you go.
Time.
Excellent. Yeah.
Absolutely. Dreaming, though, is even more important.
And then Tanys, you had something? Oh, there you go. Okay, so you're just getting triple confirmation from spirit, okay? Because this is what you need to start doing. And this is what they're really yelling at me about, is you need to start a spiritual practice. Make it a part of your daily routine. This can help ground you during your day, and it can trigger observations that lead to life-changing breakthroughs, ideas. Okay. There are many ways to maintain a spiritual connection through a committed practice. Spirit is asking you to reflect on the benefits that could be gained following a very specific daily routine. It can include prayer. I do that. It can include meditation. Okay, we got another one here.
I do this before you even start, and this is what look at.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Totally.
Yep.
I have a bunch that confirm too, so it'll be fun.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so you could do yoga, you could do mantra practice, you can do pranayama, you can walk out in nature. There are many ways to connect with spirit. Just to kind of give you an idea of what I do in my spiritual practice is I get up in the morning, and the first thing I do is, if I've had a nightmare or something like that, I drink some calming tea. Okay. And then I light some incense, and I do my mantra practice, because I used to do mantra practice after yoga. I find that it's easier if I just do it first thing in the morning, because it kind of clears my mind a little bit. After that, I then go into my yoga postures, breathing and yoga postures. Okay. And that's basically the, various asanas, sun salutations, etc. And I do that. And then I just sit in meditation for a while. I relax. I'm just absolutely still. And if my mind wanders, I just, again, like Tana says, I bring it back to my breath. Okay. So these are some things that I do first thing in the morning to help ground my day moving forward. Like burning incense is really great when you're doing mantras or prayers, because it can deliver your messages to the divine spirit. Okay. And it can also, sandalwood especially, can help calm the mind and get you ready for meditation. Just know that there are many tools, many techniques that you can use throughout your day to preserve or regain your tranquility, because that's what you need to do to get to this place of inner knowing. Okay, because that's what they're trying to do. And what is the outcome of that is going to be a 7th house. You are going to attract a partner that is going to be a part of this spiritual practice with you. Okay, they are going to actually add to your spiritual practice, and you are going to add to theirs. So that's some great news, because I think in reading the other day, I had my flies and butterflies image. And you don't want to attract those flies. Okay. You want to attract the butterflies, the ones that are going to help you transform you in a good way. Okay. All right. I hope that was helpful. I know Tanys and Tamare have more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got time out You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, and now it is time to stop and take care of your own. So speaking to that meditation piece, okay, taking that time out, because there are some major spiritual changes coming for you. This is your chance to soar. So you got Kali Ma. You're facing some fears that are coming up for you. Okay. And you just need to remember just to do what's right. So there is a divine order to things. Do what's right, and you will learn the lesson, right? That will release the fears that are there. The other one is listening with your heart. So this is the one I picked when you started talking, Michelle, about the inner knowing. So listening with your heart, definitely tapping into that inner knowing. And the next one after that was looking deeper. So it's all about that inner self-reflection for you today, Jennifer. Okay. So really doing the self-reflection to move through those fears are really going to help you to move forward into this new transition that's happening for you. And you're going to end up emerging into grace. Okay. And soaring into joy. So this card also reminds us that we do need to have play in our lives. Okay, so soaring into joy is important for not only your physical, right, well-being if we're playing. It is also good for mental and emotional, and it raises your vibe. So it's also good for your spiritual aspects. So making sure that we do play. Okay, and incorporate that into our routines. And I'm leading you towards the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps on communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. Okay, so this is part of that spiritual practice that Michelle was talking about. So this is you tapping into that inner knowing or the intuitive hits that are coming through for you. So whether you realize it or not, I feel like there's this transformation that's happening for you on a spiritual level, and you're starting to get more and more intuitive hits, and they're just asking you to just sit and listen. And so that time out, the meditation time, is when you can ask them to bring those forward for you so that you can get a clearer picture. If our mind is too busy, we tend to block it out and it doesn't come in as clearly as we'd like it to. Okay. So some of the things they're recommending for self-care for this would be to listen to an inspiring podcast. Because I think there's one, follow your intuition on which one, but there's one out there that's going to pop up for you to listen to, and it's really going to be transformational for you. Okay. And if you're having any sleep issues, please make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and comfortable temperature before you go to sleep. Okay. And doing a little bit of meditation and sort of, envisioning yourself tubed or protected before you go to bed will help you as well to sleep better, because you won't have the outside interference coming in as well. Okay, that's helpful, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. You got some interesting cards here. First of all, I'm going to say that whatever it is you're concerned with regarding work may not turn out exactly as you're expecting. So maybe your understanding of the situation isn't full. Maybe you need to expand on that in your mind. Be open to new ideas or new opportunities or new infusions or injections, and then I think you'll be okay. So I'm saying that your instincts are right. That's why you're questioning yourself. Okay? So I think that's important to remember. One of the things I saw here is that meditation is important. Resting is important. And maybe you've been too busy. Maybe you've been learning. Maybe you've been educating yourself. Maybe you've been involved in a situation where you're very busy and you haven't had a lot of time to be able to do this. So this is a good time for you now to take a step back and to reset and rejuvenate yourself. I do see that you'll end up with someone spiritual. However, it looks like you have some choices. One of them, this one here, he's far more spiritual. He's, I would say he's pretty sexy too. He's probably a water sign. He's very kind and very caring and very philosophical in his discussion. I really like that vibe. Now the other one is even more sexy, but he's maybe a bit of a bad boy. So I want to say this to you. You're going to have a choice between the good and the bad. But I'm not really saying the bad guy's not really a bad guy. He just might not fit your pristine image that you're trying to cultivate. Okay. But he sure is attracting you. And I think that, I don't know. I don't want to shut the door on that. I think maybe you should, you're young. Step out, have some fun, do your own thing. Don't tie yourself down too fast, too hard. it's, you know, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I'm not being rude to anybody who's in a relationship, but being single is fun too. Trust me. Did it for a long time, and I had a lot of fun. I'm still having fun. So don't be so, you know, I got to get into a relationship. I got to do it now. You do not. Take a look in the mirror. You're hot. Go for it. You've got all kinds of opportunities out there, and there's no reason why you shouldn't play a little tiny bit. Okay, so I'm being told to stay single for a little while, even though you probably don't want to hear that, but it's your choice. This is my point. Have some fun with those two other opportunities and let the wheels spin and see where it stops. Take your chances. Why not? Now, I know that's a little risky, but what the heck? I mean, come on. You're young. You're beautiful. Why not? So the other thing is you might be concerned about, you know, motherhood or mothering. Don't worry about it. It'll come. Everything will come in time. Everything will be as it should be. I promise. It will. Okay? So just have fun for now. I do see you a little bit irritated about something. So I am going to ask you to take a step back. Hang on. What'd she say here? Okay. I am going to ask you to take a step back and recognize that your instincts are important. You need to pay attention to them. So I just see here, I'm waiting on an answer from work that can really save the day. I'm always second guessing myself. Sometimes when we second guess ourselves, it's because we know something's missing. I say, trust your instincts. I think you're right. Step back and let things come together as they should be. I can promise you that eventually you're going to be exactly where you need to be, and it's not too far from now. But maybe there's going to be a little skip in your plan. But it's okay, because it's going in the right direction regardless.
Yep, I agree.
I agree. Yes. And she says, yes, so busy. You ladies always say exactly what I need to hear. Thanks for being my virtual tribe. You are so welcome. Thank you for,
You're welcome.
Thank you for being with us. Yes. All right. So let's get on to our next question. And Rachel says she tipped. Now, I looked and I haven't received it yet. So maybe check to where you sent it. Okay, Rachel, but I am going to answer your question. Let's see if I can find you here. Bad moves for me. Okay. My question is in regard to finding a quiet place to live. I've had a rough time this past week. My new place is extremely noisy. They're kindly allowing me to leave once I find a place. Should be looking at any tiny homes or tiny apartments. I'm super traumatized from this again. And she says, hi, Rosie. Oh, she's right here. So Rosie says hi back. Okay. So the first thing I got with the noise was there's like an older woman involved and there's like a health issue there too. I don't know what that's about, but that's something that you're tuned into that you need to step away from a little bit. Okay. Because you're allowing that to affect you on an emotional level and it's not your cross to bear. Okay. And Rosie agrees, she's panting. So let me see. Yep, 97-year-old. Oh wow, that's yeah. I got an older woman. That's pretty far along, and I'm getting that she's got some health issues. So don't take on that. That's not your energy. Okay, that's someone else's responsibility, and I feel like you're like really stressed out about that. So don't. I know you're an empath, but take some breaths. Okay. Okay, so. Actually, I'm going to take your question off so you can see the card. Okay, Rachel. So the first card I got for you, Splendor. Okay, look at this beautiful card. He's looking at a butterfly. Seek and honor the beauty and splendor that is within and around you. So see those butterflies in the card? The butterflies symbolize transformation, rebirth. They also carry messages from the angelic world or those who have passed that are now looking after you during your journey. They're going to represent, your spiritual growth moving forward too. And notice that Ganesha, he's surrounded by beauty in this card. And this is calling it to your attention. Awaken to what you are surrounding yourself with at this moment. See it more deeply and be aware of the impact of your surroundings and what you create in your life. Spirit is basically urging you to let this beauty penetrate your heart. And you will naturally respond to this beauty by fostering more care, more love, not only into your life, but in the lives around you. Ganesha is also wearing pearls in this card. So the pearls right here. That's a symbol of purity and the gemstone of Chandra, the moon. So like softness and tranquility are exuded by the moon. The pearl has a soothing and calming effect on the wearer. They represent wisdom, wealth, integrity, purity. Get yourself some pearls, wear them. They can help you a little bit. Okay. Additionally, there's a critical voice that they're telling me about that's been really overactive lately. And it's causing you to dwell on some negative behaviors. Take a moment to basically realign yourself when you hear this voice come in. It's not yours. Yeah, you arrived in this world as a very unique, magnificent, and beautiful individual. Okay. The core of your being, it's beautiful. It's whole. It's filled with love, but the essence of your higher self, it wants nothing more from you. So this criticism, that's not you. Okay. Just push that aside. You are who you were created to be. Okay. And just get out, enjoy. They're telling me get outside. Like when the noise is too much, literally just get out of the apartment and go for a walk in nature. If there's a park nearby, a meadow, anything with flowers, anything with beauty that you can kind of get your head out of this just really negative way of thinking and being. Okay. Flowers are healing, colors are healing. Those things can really kind of help you integrate a more tranquil awareness of your surroundings instead of just this noise and this health issue that I'm seeing. And just this, yeah, it's a lot. Especially, when someone is near death or, struggling with that kind of end of life stuff, it changes the entire modality of our environment. I've worked with end of life care, and that's kind of, and so is Tanys, and that's kind of what I'm getting from this situation. And you're literally taking it on emotionally. So get out of the house, go see the flowers. This is butterfly season. Get around those butterflies. Okay. Remember to have an awareness of your surroundings and see the splendor that is being shown to you, and utilize this energy to support your transformation, because you are becoming the butterfly. Okay. And then as far as your space goes, I got clean your space, just clean it as best you can. Okay. Maybe, do a little bit of sage, if you can. And I also got write a gratitude journal, because this can kind of help you fix your mind on the things that you really care about and really love about your life, so that you can choose the next location a little more wisely. Okay. Because you do need a environment where you can, and I'm getting it needs to be near a park. It needs to be near nature, the next place that you live. Okay. Because that's really important to calm your nerves down and to kind of heal your more empathic tendencies. Okay. And then I got the time card. This is from the Creativity Oracle. Time can be seen in both linear and in spiral. Circle back to explore concepts from the past to create your future. There's something, maybe a past place that you've lived that you were really, really happy. And again, there's all these, it's a garden. Look at all the flowers in the card. This isn't a beautiful garden, So really focus your intentions and where you're going to move next based on kind of what you're looking for as far as tranquility, because that's really important. Okay. I hope that was helpful, Rachel, and I'm sending you lots of love. You're on mute, love.
One of the first cards I got was a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. So you will find a place, okay? Because the next one is also a fresh start. But it's also about finding that balance, right? Okay? So when you do that, and then when Michelle was talking about deciding exactly what you want, I got the Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges and focus on what you desire. So focus on what you desire in a place, and that will help you to bring it in. Okay? So that's this one here. She's beautiful. So Divine Alchemy. She's going to help you to find that place that's right for you. Okay? And then you can retreat and recharge and heal. We've got Hilarion here. Okay? Because really, I do see, like, we got the Abundance Angel going on here. So I think that you may even find a place that's less money than what you're paying for now. I'm not sure. But that's certainly, if not, then you will find a way to bring in more abundance. Okay. So oftentimes when we change the environment, we change the vibration that we're sitting in, and then we can start to bring in more abundance as well. Okay. But you need to have faith and hope, though. Okay. Have faith and hope, because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see yet. So just going in, looking at those inner pearls of wisdom is going to help you to reveal your radiance, right? But you need to find joy in the moment, right? You need to find and follow your bliss. And it's also about that balance. We got balance here too, right? We got the sun and the moon. So it's about, when you're looking for your next place, I would encourage you to tap into the heart space as well as think about it, right? So that you're feeling into the place, as well as using your mind as to, you know, what it is that you really want, and figuring out what you really want. Okay. So, and then looking for that in that place. So that's where the mind part comes in. The heart part is, what do I want? What do I need for my soul development, for my physical environment, all of those things. And then figuring out how you're going to get there. Okay. Reminding you that you are a light worker, right? That light worker thing just keeps coming out tonight. And I am shuffling. I don't know. So we got a lot of light workers on tonight. So I got the light worker card again. And so really, you know, a lot of it, Rachel, is that you're really sensitive, and you are, as Michelle is saying, you're taking on this woman's stuff, her energy. And I don't know whether this is correct or not, but I'm feeling like she's got some like breathing issues and stuff. And so that makes her feel like panicky. So if it's personality wise, I feel like it's like an anxiety thing from her. I'm feeling like anxious. And if it's not her, it's you feeling that way about some of the changes that have been happening, because you've been through a lot of changes, and we can get a bit change stressed, right? So just focusing on what it is that you really need, and making sure that you're not picking up on everybody else's. Okay. Really saying, okay, is this mine? When you start to feel something, is this mine? And if it's not, purposefully let it go. Because if it's not, we only have control over our own actions and reactions. We don't have a control over anybody else's actions or reactions. So really watching your own energy and managing your own energy with things like meditation and you know, whatever you need to. I mean, we've talked about crystals before, right? Lepidolite, really feeling into things like black tourmaline to protect the energy field, those kinds of things. Focus on those right now while you're going through this transition phase, okay? And then I asked what you needed to do, and I got to breathe. Take 3 deep breaths in for the 4 counts and out for 6 counts. Okay, now I have to do the square one where it's in for 4, out for 4, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. So one of those, whatever works better for you. And then meditating for 5 minutes. When your mind wanders, bring it back. Okay, because often you're getting messages all the time too. And so those messages, as they're coming in, it's very sort of distracting, right? And it starts to feel like overwhelmed energetically. You get overwhelmed, and that can create this anxiety thing for you as well. So some of the anxiety you're feeling may be related to this other woman. There's a piece of it that's yours. So I really encourage you to ask what's mine, because that's the only stuff that you can really deal with. The other stuff she's got to deal with on her own. Okay, so hope that's helpful. Good luck. Lots of love, Rachel.
Hey, Tanys, that was definitely a good segue into where I was going with this, because I'm feeling that Rachel is being triggered.
Yeah.
I think there's some PTSD that maybe you didn't realize you've been carrying, and it comes from way back. It looks like you've never really identified it. So I think that anxiety you're experiencing right now is actually a triggered PTSD. So whatever's happening with this woman in the middle of the night, waking you up, I think that's what's going on. So the first thing I'm going to say is something practical. While you are there, you need to get some earplugs. You need to put them in when you go to sleep, because this is not going to go away. And no amount of crabbing out about it, no amount of focusing on it is going to change it for you. So the only thing you can do is to put something in your ears, put some white noise on, maybe put a fan on, listen. Okay, so then put a fan on as well. All right, because sometimes an oscillating fan will cause just enough noise that you don't hear all those types of, little bangs and bumps along the way at night. So I think that'll help. Unless you can listen to music, I would put some music on when I'm sleeping. Something to drown out the sounds of what's going on with her. Okay, because I do think you're being triggered. Now, you will be moving. but probably not for a few months. And it does say that wherever you move, you need to be able to either walk near water, see water, be in water, something like that. Okay. So I am up every hour in panic. It is PTSD. See, there you go. Yeah. So this is an actual, this is a trauma response, what you're having happen. And then what's going on is you're focusing on it. So then you're hypersensitive to everything now. There's only one person that can fix this, my friend. It's you. Okay, you're the only one that can fix it. So the very first thing you got to do is put all the practical things in place first. And then you have to make a point of, okay, this is how it is. I'm not going to focus on this. I'm going to focus on where I want to live. You want to manifest a new home. You've got to identify where it is, what it is, and how it looks to you on some level so that you can bring it in. Really important. Otherwise, you're going to end up in another spot that doesn't serve your highest good. So I'm asking you to actually put some magical thought to this so you can manifest what it is you need and want. Now, it tells me that back in the day, you were very magical thinking and you manifested anything you wanted. So this tells me that something's changed in your spirit, in your heart. All I can tell you is, fake it till you make it. I'm for real. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I think it's the only way. You do have some PTSD going on. I would say you need a counselor to manage this situation for real. I don't think you need it for the rest of your life. I think you need it for a few months just to sort through this so you can lay it down and step forward. But really faking it till you make it is the absolute best way I can manage this or say this to you. So imagine it and see it coming. So every time you get irritated with the situation, tell yourself, I got a new place coming and it's perfect. It's exactly what I need. Even if you don't, tell yourself it. Bring it in for real. Okay. But I guarantee you, you are going to move and you are going to love your next spot. Look at these two cards for real. Okay. This is absolutely about to happen, but you have to use your magical thought to make it happen because the universe is kind of listening to your crabbing out space. Universe is, oh, she's crabbing out. She just wants to keep telling me about it. So we'll just keep doing it. No, you need to tell the universe what channel you want to be on. So create it, say it, expect it, and it will come. So it says that you are your own worst enemy. This is the devil card. And it says that, you kind of know this. You kind of know what I'm saying. It's not news to you. So I say, let go, let God, let go, let the goddess, and you'll be absolutely perfect. So I think it's really good that you come to people like us. I really do, because it sort of squeezes out the yuck that you've been holding on to and leaving space for new cups to be filled. So I'm really glad at least you know to go to people that are going to help lift that spirit of yours. Take care.
Oh, that was great advice, Tamara. And yeah, both of you. I just really love reading with you guys. And yeah, Rachel, she's here every week. We love you very much. We love your contribution to the show. And we're just sending you all the love, okay? And she said, thank you. You're so welcome.
I love Rachel.
You're welcome, honey. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So do we have time for one more? Because I did pull cards for one more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me go find. Okay. This is Facebook user. I don't know what your name is. I apologize because this has been happening to a lot of people since Meta had stuff happen. Tanys,
I believe it's Tanya.
Tanya? Okay.
Yeah.
Tanya. Okay. I did pull some cards for you, Tanya, about when your home
Tanya
is going.
Edinger.
Oh, Edinger. Okay.
Edinger.
Good.
Yeah.
Tanya. Okay. So I pulled the judgment card when I asked how long. This is 20. So it could be 20 days. And it also tells me that you've used good judgment in moving forward with the selling process. Okay. So that's kind of the number that I got. And then I got that there are some big changes coming in your life. I got the death card. Okay. Oh, and then after that, I got this really weird. Okay. So my self-care thing fell over and this flew out when I was looking for like what to kind of do to prepare your house. Music came up. So like putting on some really good solfeggio, calming, beautiful music, either on like YouTube, you can put it on YouTube or just on your speakers in your house as people tour the property, lighting some really nice incense. That's really going to set the tone of your home and starting to sell it. Tanys, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I'm seeing crystal bowls. So like clearing it with crystal bowls and using the solfeggio. I'm seeing someone going around clearing. So
excellent. All right. Okay, so that's really going to help you get a better value for the home, and people are going to feel a lot calmer when they come in because it clears the energy and then transmutes it through this beautiful music that you can put on. Okay, I'm also saying they're also telling me that this would be good for your self-care because it's been kind of a stressful process for you. Okay, and then I said, okay, so we kind of got an idea of what when she's going to sell it. What's going on with Tanya? Okay, because you can't just leave without getting a reading. Okay, I never pulled this card. This is such a cool card. I got the Revelation card, which explains why I got death for you. There are some revelations coming your way, and I'm so excited for you because this is going to create really big key changes in your internal and your external worlds. Look how magical this card is. He's looking at the universe. So you have come to the end of a cycle, and it is time for you to create something new. That's what the death card is. And through this card, Spirit is indicating that it's time to break down some of the structures that you have created in your world. And because this has the potential to feel painful and challenging if you resist the process. So this revelation is coming to you so that you can relate to your ego and your illusion of separateness from others. You will develop a new perspective on things, and your revelation will help you grow stronger and wiser and more composed. And you're going to encounter some challenges along the way, but know that these are absolutely necessary for your spiritual growth. See the purple there? And enlightenment. So honesty is going to bring out positive change, even if you experience some pain and anxiety in the process, which is what I got from the death card. Okay. So know that when you begin to reach for your goal, you will come to realize that your true security and strength lie within you and your relationship with the universe. Is looking at the universe here, and not in some false belief system or an artificially created world. So be willing to reveal your truth to those around you. Really good card. I never get this one. And I'm really glad that I pulled the death card, which is it's not death, it's change. Okay, so don't let that freak you out. Something within you is dying to make room for this revelatory energy to enter your practice, your being, your daily life. Okay, that's really, really good news. And let's see if I have anything else for you as to how you can kind of accomplish that. Let's see. Oh, that's clear. Okay, clarity. Okay, I got 2 double clarity cards. So I got the moon reversed. And then I also got the 7 of Cups reversed. So clarity is coming. Okay, if things have been a little foggy or a little just kind of discombobulated and out there, clarity is coming your way. Okay, so that's some good news. And best of luck in selling your house. I wish you all the best. Take care, Tanya.
awesome. Yeah. So when I got a number card, I got a 4. So 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, I would say. What was it that you said, Michelle?
So I got 20 days for the judgment card, but then I got the number 13. So it could be 33 days if you add those 2 cards up. Okay. But I got 2 major arcana. It's usually
I have 5 days, 5 weeks.
5 weeks? Okay, so that matches up.
Okay, so that matches then. Yeah.
Okay, so I just have to add the death card in there.
So visualize what you want. Negativity will block your progress. Okay, so visualize it sold. That's how you're going to manifest that. Visualize it sold for more than what you wanted. Okay. Also look deeper. So when we're talking about the house, I saw the crystals on here. So putting crystals around the house will also help to raise the vibe of the house. When the vibe of the house is higher, you're going to get happier people coming through. Okay, so doing the crystal bowl and clearing it that way. If not, then sage, right? Do some smudging. And then you can also put selenite, black tourmaline in the corners of the house, the outside corners of the house, to help grid it and protect it. And the selenite transmutes, right? And then you can also bring in some rose quartz if you like, to up the vibe to love. Okay. And that's all going to help you to follow your bliss, because I think this move is going to be a good move for you. You are going through this transition, but balancing, right? Balancing the fun of where you're headed with, taking care of the business aspect of things. So it's that balance thing for me that's coming up. Okay. And that's going to help you then to be in flow. Okay. This is also tapping into the intuition. So it's about that, she's done the rose quartz and tourmaline. Yeah, we've talked about that, I think, before. Perfect. That's going to help you to be in flow. Okay. When you start to feel like you're getting a handle on things, when you can really tune into what it is that you want going forward. So whether that's selling the house, whether it's where you're going, all of those things, tuning into that, because you are a light worker, right? She said you did listen. Yeah. So you are a light worker. So that means you're a powerful manifester as well. Okay. So making sure that you're being really clear on what you want is going to help you go forward. So it's calling for you to have faith and hope, because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see yet. Okay, so just know that. And some of the ways that you're going to do that, I asked what kind of things you can do to sort of bring you into that space, that in the flow space. And I got 2 meditation cards. One was find a quiet spot to meditate for 10 minutes before bed. And the other one was meditate 5 minutes. When your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. So find that 5 minutes for meditation, please. Okay, that's going to help you to really be clear about what you want and to bring that in. All right. And that will help you to manifest selling the house in the 30 some days, as the ladies are saying here. Okay. So good luck.
I think that what would really help you is, it looks like a lowering of the price within 1 month. Within 2 days after you lower the price, you'll meet the person that you will sell the house to. So in 4 weeks, if you haven't sold the house at the rate that you want, then lower the price to accommodate. Exactly.
Yeah, that's where the 4 comes in.
Yeah, lower the price to accommodate, and within 2 days you will meet the new owner. Okay, so it's that soon, it's that good, and it's that fast. The other thing is, it tells me that after, I think, some of the cards that I saw, the 7 of that you pulled, Michelle, the 7 of wands, was it 7 of cups in reverse? And there was another card there. What was it?
Moon reverse.
That's right. So it is telling me that you might be fooling yourself a little bit on something, and that you should be really careful. So it's not so much about selling the house, it's what to do after you sold the house. So I think that you're not clear about where, what, when, and how, and that needs to be identified out loud. And you're only going to be able to do that after you take a moment by yourself. Okay? You have to actually, I would say this full moon today is a good time for you to sit and let go of all the thoughts that haven't served you. Literally let it go. Just say, okay, I don't need that. This isn't working. That's self-sabotaging, and so on and so on. So that you basically carve out of your mind and your being the things that are not supporting this good, plan that you have to sell the property. And then also whatever plan you have in terms of where you want to be after that. So I want you to take today and just to be alone for a little while in the moonlight and literally let go of the things that you know are sabotaging this good plan that you have. That's number 1. Do it today and everything will start moving. Now, as far as the house price, it doesn't have to be significant. It just has to be enough to say, yes, I recognize the real estate market is moving downwards a little bit. I'm responding to that, and just be respectful and do that. Okay, and that's all you're gonna need to do. Be willing to negotiate is the next thing, because you will get someone who's interested, but if you're not going to play negotiation games, they're not going to play I'm going to buy it games. So you want to be really, be in the game. It's a game. So be in the game, be respectful of everyone, and of everyone in the game. And I think you're going to be able to answer that call, and you'll be very significantly involved in selling the property because of your cooperativeness and your realistic thinking. But please remember what I said about thinking about where you want to go. Don't go backwards. Don't go backwards. I'm being told to tell you, don't go backwards. Go forward. There's lots of opportunity forward. Don't be afraid. Be confident. You're in the right game. You got this. I hope that helps you.
Awesome.
Oh, wonderful. Yes. So it has been over an hour. Time really flies with you ladies.
It does.
And thanks for putting up with Rosie and ducks and everything else. It's just been an interesting afternoon.
She's just our mascot. That's all.
I know. We got 6 ducks, literally they were all pounding their bills on the door, and Rosie was going crazy. I'm like, if I don't take care of this, I'm not going to be able to give readings. Oh, then these ducks, they keep coming back because we fed them as ducklings, and this is the 4th year. And so there's like now families coming up. So
we're going to start calling you the duck lady. That's what we're going to do.
Gathering your tribe. There you go. I'm the duck lady. When I was a little girl, I had a thing for birds. That was my like injured birds and things like that. So they see me and they're like, and they literally just come and eat out of my hand. And I'm like, how's it going? People in the park are going, she's feeding birds out of her hand. I'm like, don't think I'm crazy, please.
It's a thing.
It is. I love birds. Okay. So we just want to thank Rachel for coming. Jao, Amna, thank you for coming. Jennifer, so good to see you. Jacqueline, love you, girl. So good to see you here. Tanya, Rishav, thank you for coming. Let's see. There are a bunch of people. Kylie and Paula. Jose, hi from Barcelona. Oh my goodness, what time is it there? Welcome. And let's see, Deepa, welcome. Good to see you. And yes, these are readings, and you're new here. You're welcome to come next week because we're going to go ahead and sign off. Okay, so please come next week about an hour earlier. Okay, and you can get your question answered. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, this was a blessing. Thank you. You're so very welcome. Okay, so, and for everyone else out in the audience, thank you for coming. My name is Michelle Marie. I am the owner and operator of Astrological Tarot, and you can find me at astrologicaltarot.com. Thanks so much for spending time with us today.
And I am Tanys Coughlan. I'm the founder of Twillow Lifestyle Community and Twillow Lifestyle Academy, and I can be found at twillowlifestyle.ca.
Hi, I'm Tamara Whitewolf, and you can find me at tamarawhitewolf.com or earthandskyconnection.com. And so you know, right now I happen to have a new client discount. It's quite significant too. Also a birthday one. So please come out and book a session with me.
And the best website for you, Tamara?
You have it listed there. Earth and Sky Connection will work.
Okay, earthandskyconnection.com, and she's also on social media as well. Yes. Okay, great, everyone. Well, thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Take care. Sending you lots of love.
Yep.
Lots of love, everyone.
Lots of love.